In the blistering blaze of Avernus, the very ground seems to crackle and hiss, releasing sporadic jets of sulfuric gas. Flashes of infernal light illuminate the sky as massive, grotesque silhouettes of devils and demons clash in an eternal struggle beyond the party's immediate reach. Pyra's fiery powers seem almost trivial amid the surrounding heat, while Thoradin's sturdy form casts a protective shadow over the younger Wisp. Seraph murmurs a quiet prayer to Kelemvor, her eyes lingering on the distant chaos as if seeing through its hellish veil. Your turn.
I survey our surroundings, noting the sulfuric gas jets and the infernal light. Thoradin, cover Wisp, I say, focusing my flames to create a controlled fire barrier around us, using the heat to push back any approaching threats.
I grunt in agreement with Pyra's call, stepping in front of Wisp with my shield raised to provide cover. "You heard her! Stick close and keep your head down!" I bellow, scanning the surroundings for any immediate danger.
I take advantage of Thoradin's cover to scan the area for any signs of traps or hidden pathways that might help us avoid direct conflict, whispering, "Let's see if there's a sneaky way out of this mess."
I murmur a grave chant to Kelemvor, casting protection from evil and good on Thoradin to shield him from the infernal forces. In death, we find not an end, but a shield against the malevolence that seeks to consume us.
The air thickens with the acrid scent of brimstone as Pyra's barrier blazes around the group, warding off the searing heat momentarily. Thoradin's vigilant stance reveals a lurking danger, a hulking hellhound prowling just outside their circle of flame, its eyes glowing with malevolent intelligence. As Wisp spots a narrow fissure in the rock behind him leading to a potential escape route, a shriek pierces the air. High above, winged imps dive toward them, claws outstretched and cackling maniacally. Your turn.
I extend my palms, channeling my fiery energy into a searing burst aimed at the imps diving towards us, attempting to incinerate them mid-air. Stay close and watch the skies.
I plant my feet firmly into the scorched ground, raising my shield to ward off the diving imps and yell, "Wisp, get to that fissure! We'll cover your escape!" With my free hand, I ready my warhammer, prepared to swat any imp that gets too close.
Seeing the hellhound and hearing Thoradin's command, I nod and say, "Time to disappear." I dart towards the fissure, using my small size and agility to slip through and scout what's on the other side.
As the shriek of the imps fills the air and the hellhound bears down on us, I extend a hand and chant a prayer to Kelemvor, casting Turn Undead to drive the imps away in terror. Even the condemned fear the judgment of the dead.
Pyra's flames streak through the air, igniting two of the diving imps in a spectacular burst of fire, their screeches cutting off abruptly as they plummet charred to the ground. Thoradin's shield shudders under the impact of another imp, but his hammer swings true, crushing the creature with a single blow. Meanwhile, Wisp slips into the fissure, disappearing into the shadows beyond, where he discovers a narrow, winding tunnel leading away from the chaos. As Seraph's chant reverberates, a wave of divine energy pulses outward, sending the remaining imps into a frantic retreat. However, the hulking hellhound decides this is its moment, leaping through Pyra's flaming barrier with a savage growl, its fiery maw aimed directly at Thoradin.
I pivot quickly to face the leaping hellhound, and with a swift motion, I conjure a stream of molten lava aimed at its path, intending to halt its advance and create an obstacle it can't easily cross. Let's turn up the heat.
I brace myself for the incoming hellhound, planting my shield firmly into the ground to block its path, while swinging my warhammer in a sweeping arc toward its fiery maw. "Come at me, beast!"
I'm in the winding tunnel, but I can't forget about my friends. Quickly, I double back to the fissure's entrance and using my sling, aim a stone at the hellhound's eye to distract it. "Fetch this, Fluffy!"
With the hellhound leaping through the flames toward Thoradin, I raise my hand and chant a prayer to Kelemvor, casting Bane on the hellhound to weaken its attacks and diminish its ferocity. May the weight of inevitable death burden your soul.
Pyra's stream of molten lava creates a fiery barricade, but the hellhound lunges through, singed yet undeterred. Thoradin's warhammer strikes true, slamming into its snarling maw with a powerful crunch that sends a spurt of molten blood spraying. Wisp's stone hits its mark, embedding itself into the hellhound's eye with a sickening squelch, causing it to howl in agony and veer off its attack. Under the weight of Seraph's bane spell, the hellhound's movements become sluggish, its ferocity visibly diminished, though its burning gaze still holds a flicker of malevolence.
With the hellhound momentarily disoriented and weakened, I channel my energy to conjure a chain of white-hot lightning, directing it straight at the creature to stun and incapacitate it. Time to put this dog down.
Any call. I take advantage of the hellhound's disorientation and sluggish movements, stepping forward and driving my shoulder into it with full force to knock it off balance and onto the ground. Down you go, beast!
Seeing the hellhound stagger and recognizing an opportunity, I quickly dart to Thoradin's side and plunge my dagger into the creature's exposed underbelly, aiming for a quick, lethal strike. Time for a permanent nap, pup!
With the hellhound staggered and exposed, I utter a solemn prayer to Kelemvor, casting guiding bolt to strike it with radiant energy and ensure its end is swift. In your demise, may you find the peace denied in this cursed plane.
The hellhound thrashes violently as Pyra's lightning courses through its body, causing its fur to ignite in white-hot flames. Thoradin's forceful shoulder slam sends it sprawling to the ground, where Wisp's dagger finds its mark with deadly precision. The hellhound's howl is cut short as Seraph's radiant guiding bolt strikes true, its body convulsing one last time before it lays motionless, the light of malevolence fading from its eyes. As the creature's infernal essence disperses, a temporary calm settles, a brief respite in the hostile landscape of Avernus.
Well done, everyone, I say with a smirk, gesturing for the group to follow Wisp through the narrow fissure. Now, let's get moving before more of these hellish beasts decide to pay us a visit.
I huff, wiping the sweat and blood from my brow, then wave the team towards the fissure. All right, keep moving, stay close, and no dawdling. I'll take rear guard.
Seeing the brief respite from battle, I nod at Pyra and Thoradin's words, then quickly scout ahead through the fissure to ensure the path is clear and safe for the rest of the group. Stay sharp. I'll signal if it's good to go.
As the hellhound's infernal essence dissipates and a temporary calm falls over us, I kneel beside the creature's lifeless body, whispering a final prayer to Kelemvor and performing a brief ritual to ensure its spirit moves on to the afterlife. In death, even evil finds its rest. The cycle must never be broken.
As Wisp scouts ahead through the narrow tunnel, the cool, damp air contrasts sharply with the scorching heat of Avernus. The fissure narrows precariously, forcing the party to squeeze through single file. Suddenly, the ground begins to tremble, faint at first, but growing more intense. From the shadows ahead, an eerie, pulsating glow emerges, revealing a cavern filled with large, glowing crystals, a strange but serene sanctuary amidst the chaos.
I step forward cautiously, examining the glowing crystals for any signs of magic or traps, and say softly, "Stay alert. These crystals could be more than they seem."
I position myself at the entrance of the cavern, shield raised and warhammer ready, while intently scanning the surroundings for any hidden threats or traps. Stay close and keep your eyes peeled. This place reeks of deceit.
Creeping forward silently, I maneuver between the glowing crystals, inspecting their surfaces and the surrounding area for any hidden mechanisms or signs of danger. I'll check for traps or hidden nasties. Just a moment.
With the ground trembling beneath us and the eerie glow illuminating the cavern, I extend my senses to detect any undead presence by casting Detect Evil and Good, ensuring we are not walking into a fiendish trap. In the heart of darkness, evil often lurks unseen.
The eerie glow emanating from the crystals pulses rhythmically, casting long, shifting shadows across the cavern walls. Pyra senses a faint but potent magical aura surrounding the crystals, one of both protection and entrapment. As Wisp carefully inspects the area, he uncovers a series of thin, almost invisible tripwires crisscrossing the cavern floor, connected to concealed mechanisms on the ceiling. Seraph's spell reveals a lingering malevolence, the crystalline glow masking the presence of several dormant imps, now slowly awakening to the party's intrusion. Suddenly, one of the imps, drawn by Wisp's movements, stirs and takes flight, its red eyes flashing maliciously in the luminescent cave. Your turn. 30-meter Pyra. I silently channel my energy, preparing to unleash a burst of flames towards the imp to neutralize it before it can fully awaken and alert its brethren.
I silently channel my energy, preparing to unleash a burst of flames towards the imp to neutralize it before it can fully awaken and alert its brethren. Rest in ash, fiend!
I grit my teeth, focusing on the tripwire's wisp uncovered, and carefully maneuver through the narrow path towards the stirring imp, keeping my shield raised to protect against any sudden attacks. Let's deal with this quietly. 4 more wake up.
Seeing the imp begin to stir, I quickly and quietly draw a throwing knife, taking careful aim before launching it at the imp, hoping to silence it before it can alert others. Sweet dreams, little devil.
I raise my hand toward the stirring imp and whisper a prayer to Kelemvor, casting Hold Person to paralyze it and prevent it from alerting the others. May your dark heart be stilled by the grip of inevitability.
Pyra's flames shoot forth, engulfing the imp in a brief, searing inferno that turns its malicious smirk into a scream of agony, quickly silenced as it crumbles to ash. Thoradin treads carefully through the maze of tripwires, his seasoned steps avoiding the hidden mechanisms, just as Wisp's knife finds its mark, ensuring the ash cloud does not disturb the slumbering imps. Seraph's whispered prayer settles the remaining darkness, reinforcing the magical silence around the chamber. The eerie glow of the crystals continues to pulse softly, unaltered by the clandestine demise of the imp, offering the party a rare moment of tranquility amidst the chaos. Your turn.
I exhale a satisfied breath as the imp is reduced to ash and whisper, "Let's keep moving," while cautiously leading the group through the maze of tripwires towards the far end of the cavern.
I nod in agreement with Pyra's words, continuing to navigate carefully through the crisscross of tripwires, using my shield to gently guide aside any obstructing wires. Follow my lead, step where I step, and we'll get through this in one piece.
I crouch low, carefully weaving through the tripwires and move ahead to scout the path beyond the cavern for any further dangers or hidden threats. I'll make sure the coast is clear.
I follow closely behind Thoradin, ensuring my steps mimic his path through the tripwires while holding my holy symbol in one hand, ready to cast Bless on the party should we encounter further threats. In this fragile sanctuary, tread lightly lest we rouse the slumbering dark,